Our planet has been polluted almost beyond repair, and now there's something you can do about it. Our breakthrough technology has been proven to reduce emissions on multiple levels. It also protects against the wasteful exploitation of our natural resources. Our goal is to raise $500,000 for scientific validation that this product actually removes friction, prevents wear, and reduces emissions, and it can be very expensive. Who will be doing these tests? The United States military, for one, at the TACOM Tank Command in Warren, Michigan. There are SAE tests done on semi-tractor trailers, which run about $150,000, and that's the only way that Walmart and many of the other major polluters are going to listen, is by having somebody prove that the product actually works, which it does. It's also been proven to work and is the only diamond coating ever approved by the Department of Defense for use on weapon systems worldwide. Other testing that we're going to have done proves it works in jet engines, which are used in a variety of uses, from small power plants to major power plants and universal mobile power plants throughout the military worldwide. You know that diesel engines are the most polluting engines on the planet. Over gasoline and jet engines, they produce some of the most noxious gases and particulates, which is why the industry has been forced over into Tier 4 tractors to try to reduce the emissions coming out of the engines, when our technology can slash emissions 50 to 80% with no further mechanisms put on a truck that are designed also to reduce the efficiency of that vehicle and add more hardship on a trucker's life. We also know that in an effort to remove particulates from the air, they've reduced the sulfur content in diesel fuel, which has been another hardship on the trucking industry because sulfur was used as a lubricant. Our product coats the inside of the cylinders and rings, bearings, bushings, and gears, cam lobes and lifters, and produces a smoother running engine and replaces that lost lubrication that was taken away with the loss of sulfur. In order to use our product on the railroads, the AAR, the Association of American Railroads, regulates all parts and components that go into a train, and for good reason. They don't want catastrophic failures that can kill hundreds, if not thousands, of people. Our product prevents wear, removes friction, and is the safest thing in the world to add to a bearing in the train system. However, the AAR won't allow it to move forward until we spend $100,000 or $200,000 to show that it can go into a bearing safely. Our bearings have already been tested in Japan by the Coast-Based Bearing Company, and they found out that not only did the bearing last 300 times longer with one treatment, but the coefficient of friction was so drastically reduced that it was deemed, or it was measured at 0.0008 for a COF. And we all know that Teflon has a coefficient of friction of 0.04, which is not very good compared to a slick diamond coating, which is what we offer. Efficient, long-lasting, and environmentally friendly. It'll reduce everybody's carbon footprint on anything it is used in, and it'll make those components last hundreds of times longer, possibly thousands. And this is a way that we can prevent the exploitation and use of our natural resources in ways that we cannot sustain. Stop using as much coal, stop using as much fuel. We can cut the fuel use on semis by up to 30 and 40%, One driver went from 6 to 9 miles to the gallon, which is over 40% gain in fuel economy. But consider treating the wheel bearings, the fifth wheel plate, the differentials, transmission, and engine. The turbocharger spins faster. The compressor pump on the engine pumps as much air as the system needs with less drain on the system. Let's stop draining the system and save our energy for our kids, our grandkids, and clean air. Let's reduce the emissions in diesel vehicles across the world, and you can help do it. We need testing done by professional groups that will not be questioned. And for your help, you can be buying and assuring your grandchildren's future with clean air, non-polluted by Teflon. We're going to remove that. We don't need sulfur to lubricate. We can remove that even more. We're going to cut greenhouse gases by the sheer fact that a 50 to 80% reduction in emissions is assured, as in our oil analysis testing done by Polaris Labs. A well-known testing laboratory that counts the soot in the oil. And our product, once it's added to an engine, if it was smoking before treatment, it stops smoking afterwards. And there's a reason for that, but I can't get into it in detail here, but it will be covered in other videos as we go along. In 2006, I introduced the original NanoLube, which was quickly counterfeited by several companies right away. Our product produces a unique effect in the nanotechnology community because our particles are very small, they're very smooth, and they are little ball bearings. They're very smooth spherical particles that behave differently than anything anybody has ever seen. We've had testing done by NASA, by the Horological Journal, by the Horological Institute in London. We've been written up by companies and groups across the world, including not only the Horological Journal, who I am the first one to have ever suggested lubricate the gear teeth of a clock or a watch, let the nanomaterial work its way in, and that's against the rules. The watchmakers tell you you can't do it. But if you follow my advice and lubricate the gear teeth, it takes away friction from the gear train and allows for a more even release of tension in the gear train. So the power is released more evenly and the watch stops running erratically. We've been written up been tested by A.G. Russell Knife Company, and I believe they're in Alabama. But A.G. Russell Knife Company has their own oil, which they applied 2 drops of it to a pocket knife out of stock and set the machine. They have a testing machine that grabs onto the blade and starts opening and closing. And it opens and closes until the oil fails and the hinge wears out, and the test can't continue. That's when it stops. Their knife with A.G. Russell oil lasted 69,000 cycles. They put diamond lube on the second knife, started the test running, and after 1.25 million cycles, their machine wore out, and they were not very happy. Diamond lube is not being sold by A.G. Russell, nor is it they don't want it. It works too good. Nor does Cabela's, Bass Pro, Gander Mountain, Brownells. They refuse to carry it. Dillon, Lee Presses, they've all tested Diamond Lube and Quicken, CLP, Tactical Diamond Coating, which is our mil-spec product. Been approved by the Army for use on weapon systems worldwide. It prevents wear, doesn't cause it, and it works even after the oil's gone because it's a nanotechnology coating. They can't sell you replacement parts. But do you, as a consumer, and as someone who loves your family and future family members to come, Do you want them to keep breathing the same old polluted air that's getting worse and worse on a daily basis? We can stop that by reducing the level of pollutants in the atmosphere. And I simply need your help by investing in our future so that this testing can be done, so that the question is laid to rest. It works. Many people say, if it's too good to be true, it probably isn't. Well, most of the time that is true, not this time. And is your life and the life of your family not worth investing in something that has already been proven by NASA and the U.S. military? We have a mil-spec. Go to quickenclp.com and look right up at the top of the page. We are on the QPL, and we are listed as the only diamond coating in the military. Thank you for your support. Greetings, brothers and friends. In the 2013 July, the U.S. Department of Defense approved Quicken CLP tactical diamond coating for this spec. It's the only tactical diamond coating of its kind anywhere in the world.